Hello, and welcome back to another video. If you're looking for recommendations on what manhwa to read, then here are some that I've read recently that might be of interest. Manhwa titles are timestamped in the video for your convenience. Our first manhwa for today is My Daughter is the Final Boss, a modern manhwa that I've currently read up to chapter 128 on. Its main character is Lee Seo-jun, an individual who's part of a squad to try and eliminate a monster that is threatening to destroy the world. But there's just one slight issue. That monster is actually his daughter, Sola, and he's very conflicted on what to do. On one hand, he ignored his daughter and ex-girlfriend even after he found out about his daughter, but on the other hand, his regret on this situation and being Sola's dad causes him to hesitate. Through some events though, he's given another chance and is sent back in time to try and prevent Sola's 5 misfortunes, and those are the big ones. Will Seo-jun be able to grow as a person to prevent the same future from happening? Who sent him back? There's just so many questions. The story is 8 out of 10. A mix of regret, growth, action, and mystery, this manhwa focuses on how Seo-jun grows as a father and as a person, not only to his daughter, but also overall. There's clearly more at play in this manhwa as the setting is a modern-day Earth that is in danger from monsters, a normal modern fantasy trope at this point. Seo-jun and those around him will have to go through multiple situations and difficulties all while he has to protect his own daughter. Will he be able to do it? The characters are 8 out of 10. With true regret and renewed conviction, it feels like Seo-jun finally has made up his mind in making sure that instead of saving the world, his priority is his family, and protecting them no matter the cost. The events transpiring and him making decisions based off his previous life are numerous and show this growth. The art is 9 out of 10. The desperation, emotions, and expressions are amazingly displayed in this manhwa. It provides a range of situations that show the different sides of Seo-jun and the difficulties he and his companions will have to face, physically and mentally, to overcome the challenges that lay in their way. So if you're a fan of the modern regression manhwa but want an action-packed story focused on regret and family, with enough chapters to keep you engrossed in it, then My Daughter is the Final Boss would be a good fit for you. This next manhwa is The 31st Piece Turns the Tables, a modern manhwa that I've currently read up to chapter 59 on. Its protagonist is Kang-sol, a lonely individual living in modern-day Seoul that has had very vivid dreams since he was a kid and was kind of alienated for it. His dreams are of him playing an adventure D&D-esque game with other individuals. This would last until one day where the other individuals realize he's a human and direct all of their negative feelings toward him. The Earth and humanity transforms into that game, and now Kang-sol will have to navigate it to reach the ending that no one ever could. Will he be able to successfully get to the end, or will the quote-unquote gods that betrayed him win out overall? The story is 8 out of 10. With an interesting premise that already provides an ultimate goal for Kang-sol to strive for, the manhwa has a clear direction to move towards, and the majority of its journey will be of how he will get there. What hardships will he have to endure? Who are these so-called gods that betrayed him, and what are their roles? The characters are 7 out of 10. Almost every individual that Kang-sol has met, he's been met with betrayal. Even his dreams, although technically it might not have been a dream, are not a solace for him, which of course would make anyone distrust absolutely everybody else except for himself. This characteristic defines Kang-sol, but I wonder if he will have any more development or if there is anyone that could change this mindset of his before the end of the story. The art is 8 out of 10. The elements of betrayal, struggle, and resulting drive for the main character are illustrated well and convey Kang-sol's attitude towards everything around him. In addition, it offers a D&D-esque world for him to navigate through, which may interest some of you. So if you're a fan of adventure-style stories that offer a clear goal in mind for the main character right from the beginning, then The 31st Piece Turns the Tables would be one to think about reading. Welcome to Dungeon Hotel is the name of our next manhwa. It's a modern manhwa that I've currently read up to chapter 40 on. Lee Jong-hyo is the name of its main character, an individual who's in a version of modern-day Earth that is under the threat of monsters and dungeons. Jong-hyo is the daughter of an S-rank that, due to protecting humanity, dies in one of the dungeon raids. Being raised by both family and friends of her father, she looks to find purpose in life, not through revenge, but instead by trying to be at peace with her current situation. As she chooses to acquire a hotel in the countryside, she awakens like her friends and family, but not as a combat-oriented class, instead as a hotel manager? How will this affect her opinion and situation, and will things be okay with her now being awakened? The story is 7 out of 10. Its development is akin to a more slice-of-life entrepreneurship rather than the regular modern action we see in some of the other titles on this channel. This allows the pacing to be slower, but also a little bit more meaningful, as Jong-hyo will have to navigate her newly awakened status to those close around her. Will it sour or help the strained relationships though? The characters are 8 out of 10. Surrounded by love after her father passed, Jong-hyo has an amazing support system that she both loves but also finds a little suffocating. With this new purpose she finds herself in, it's an opportunity for herself to grow and show those around her that she's ready to move on from being protected, and maybe she can do it in her own way. The art is 8 out of 10 as well. Just from the relaxing aspect of the hotel she now owns and operates, the manhwa offers a sanctuary for those in trouble and gives them a second opportunity at life that they might not have had it not been for Jong-hyo. The employees of the hotel are an added bonus for both the readers and Jong-hyo. So if you're looking for a more relaxing version of the modern action genre that focuses on the rest and healing that those in the forefront of danger require, then Welcome to the Dungeon Hotel might just be what you're looking for. Our next manhwa is Mai Seobangnim, a historical manhwa that I've currently read up to chapter 16 on. Its story focuses on Dohwa, a giseng or escort that lives in a historical Korean setting. While courting gentlemen and making a living, she chose to elope with one of the gentlemen she met, but was sadly betrayed and disposed of by said gentleman before anything else could happen. As if this wasn't enough, Dohwa ends up waking in another woman's body, and as she tries to collect herself, she notices that she's a noble lady who's married? Will things turn around for her, or will fate come crashing down on her once more? The potential is 7 out of 10. Mai Seobangnim offers an intriguing first impression as Dohwa is trying to figure out her new identity and potentially new life and husband. From the onset, it looks to be a typical historical romance story, but with some room for exploration in other avenues if she's still in the same timeline as her original body's death. I'm curious to see what they will do with the story. The art is 8 out of 10. With its historical depiction and focus on character illustration, this manhwa has an art style that feels more personable and close to the characters it's showing. It's as if I'm watching the start of a historical romance drama on TV in manhwa form so far. So if you're a fan of historical romance dramas, particularly of the Korean variety, and wanted to give a manhwa a shot at some point in the future, then Mai Seobangnim should be kept in the back of your mind for later once it has more chapters. Welcome to the highlight portion of today's video, as we will look at how one of the manhwas mentioned in the previous video is doing as I've continued reading it. Slight spoiler warning, as we will be discussing the events in the manhwa since my previous opinion. Today's highlight is the Academy's Genius Swordsman, which I've now read up to chapter 69 on. Info card and description will have links to my original opinion. Since our last run-in with Ronin, he was very busy trying to not get killed by those in the organization that aligns themselves with the end of the world. The ending result, of course, keeps our main character alive, but at the cost of another. Not one to wallow too long in despair and sadness, though, he chooses to move forward and tackle the next problem. From an exam that pits him against classmates and friends, to problematic young vampires, and meeting and fighting more influential people that could potentially be of benefit to him, all of this to say that his early decisions are slowly paying itself off, but will it be enough, and what are his own personal circumstances and issues, as both us, the readers, and Ronin are still quite in the dark in that front. My previous scores for this manhwa were 8 out of 10 for both story and characters, and 7 out of 10 for art. The story stays the same as we've had a slight shift in focus from Ronan's early actions that are having an effect now. He's already veered off from the life that he once lived and is approaching things one step at a time. But will that be enough, and will he find answers to his own past? The characters have moved from 8 out of 10 to 9 out of 10. From Ronan's own personal growth as a person, and his combat prowess being given new heights, there are also other characters that are slowly starting to be a part of Ronan's core group of people. One slight issue is that Adishan is still part of the group, it seems. With their own abilities, situations being slowly tampered with by Ronan's informations and skills, will the final battle be different with more people? The art goes up 2 points to 9 out of 10. If you enjoyed the gory action that was shown in the previous 47 chapters, you will continue to enjoy it as it has not lifted its foot off the gas in this department. With more conflicts, both lethal and non-lethal opportunities given to the various characters, there's an abundant amount of action to see. The Academy's Genius Swordsman is a good read for anyone who's a fan of the action regression genre, even more so for those that enjoy more of the gory and more realistic illustrations of fantasy world-based combat. Hopefully, Ronan can continue this momentum and future walls can still be surpassed. Would you agree, or would you not? Comment down below your thoughts on the Academy's Genius Swordsman. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Write in the comment section down below what manhwa you've been reading and I might just take a look. Till next time though, have a good read.